Hello guys, I am back from another video and today we're talking about what if Deku was reincarnated into Minecraft. So, in the last video, Deku, after making it to, a brand new area being the Mesa biome, they decide to mine some ores so they can get some, armor for for like future events. And so, when they gotten some ores and also getting a mining helmet which allows them to see in the dark in caves, they saw a large nest of spiders. After destroying all of them, Izuku was captured by a spider. This spider was named Luna. And he also met another abnormal. In this case, a abnormal by the name of Tigras. So, after they escaped and also defeated, Luna, they decide to become friends, even though she was reluctant, being Luna. She was reluctant in joining them, but they decide to go on. And after making it to another island, they meet up with another villager. This villager explains that there's another village that was even more powerful than any other villages around this island. Apparently, this village was governed by a specific type of abnormal. In this case, a dragonborn. Apparently, she was born after, the arrival of a, the arrival of both a ender dragon, which, ender dragons are apparently able to transform into, a humanoid form, and a reincarnator. After that, the Dragonborn, or the dragon, or the Ender Dragon in this case, basically mated with with the reincarnator and creating, her. And apparently, her name was Cassandra. Cassandra, Kotomine. And he tells them of a nearby village where it's not as powerful but still growing to having technologies that are even better than modern day villages. And so when they get there, they realize that there's reincarnators there, aka class 1A, class 1B, villains, and also her, aka Linda Gaunt. After meeting there and also talking about how Bakugo's literally burning in hell, they started getting ready to rest for the day. And so they basically ended off the day resting in their tavern, which resembles a regular old hotel in Japan. I mean, this place looks like Japan. This entire village looks like Japan, but in modern day. So that's basically the end of that episode. And so let's talk about what happens next. So as everybody woken up, they started moving on. As in moving on, I mean getting breakfast, as they told well, the reincarnators of this village, aka Class 1A, actually, let's just call them Except Izuku. Yeah. So, the Except Izuku gang just tell, Izuku that they're actually going to be going to the same village as their. Apparently, they're going to be doing that so they can show them to show them the technology that they have developed. And so, after that, they were told that they can do whatever they want. So, after getting a special vehicle, in this case a freaking armored vehicle, aka the ones from what is that show called? I think it was called Gate. Yeah, Gate. The one about the military going into another world. Yeah, that anime. Just imagine that. So, after going into that vehicle and also many of the other reincarnators that are not Izuku also join, they say the village goodbye as they told the village elder and also some younger ones on how to work up the system and also work up with and also work on several different types of machinery that they have left there. And so that village is going to be left to its own devices, and trust me, that village is going to be pretty powerful very very soon in the future. And so the reincarnators leave. So they started going through several different biomes, as they reach another biome, in this case, a snow biome, as they were told by a lady Gaunt that they can rest here for now. So they stopped their trucks here as they started setting up camp. So they started putting up tents and also some firewood as they make a little fire and also make a little bit of like a structure. As one of them would say this, damn, this actually kind of reminds you of this video game. I think it was called like Blockcraft or something. As the little Gaunt would say this. Um, what the heck is Blockcraft? As Dobby would say this, haha, boomer. As she would say this, excuse me, what? she she would say that in like a menacing tone. As one of them being Izuku would start working on some his magic. In this case, he starts using some of his vexes to start cutting down some wood and also for his chomping things to hunt down some food. So, after, the lady in the gun sees that, she would say this. So, you must be Zuku. I was wondering, what was your relationship with Bakugou like? As he would say this. Oh, it's basically like a master and slave, a master and slave dealy. Like, I was treated as trash. And after that, I decided to commit suicide. As she would say this. I see. As she would look on and seeing all of these creatures that are following him, as she would say this. So, how did you learn about this? I thought you were quirkless. As he would say this. Well, after killing a few cult members of this pillager cult or something, I decided to steal away their clothes and also these bad boys. As he would grab his two crossbows and his axe. As she would say this, so you killed them. As he says this, yeah, they were pretty much, easy to kill. And besides, I mean, they are cult members, so it's just justified, I guess. As she would say this. Ugh. Anyway, so, what did you get? As he would grab his bag, which is basically like a bag of holding in D&D where it's basically an infinitely empty bag where you can put any item and they would just be in there. Like for example, a dead body. For example, it's just if you put it in there, it basically disappears. And if you put a truck there or something like that, it just disappears. Like you can put any item, and it will not make the bag full. So he would wait for a second. Go into his bag and start grabbing some dead pigs and also some dead sheep. As she would say this, huh? So, all of you good with cooking? As one of them would say this, sure. As they would start cooking up some lamb stew and also some pork, some fried pork. As for Izuku, he started helping out Olga, Rose, and also Luna. Luna would start making some clothes made out of her wait for a second, made out of her webs. As for Olga she starts training in her swordsmanship, and also for Rose, she starts working out some of the kinks in her weapons. As for both Tigra and for her, aka, Weiss, Weiss was given a brand new bow. In this case, a bow that has special tipped arrows. These arrows, instead of using poison, instead it uses, let's just say a special type of poison that, instead of slowness, instead it's made from a special poison that he blended well, with the body fluids of, of Mina. And if you're asking how did he get those, don't ask. So, after doing that, she created or at least Izuku created a special bow for her that literally can can literally like shoot an arrow at Mach 1. So yeah, it's pretty fast. As for Tigra was given gauntlets that literally increasing like her attack with her claws. So yeah, let's just say Izuku's team is basically overpowered as hell. As one of them would say this, "Hey, Izuku," as you look over and sees Kaminari, as he would say this, "So, you're that powerful." As he would say this, what do you mean? As he would just point at, well, his entire team and also the weapons that he carries. As he would say this, "I guess you're right." As they would hear the sounds of footsteps. Everybody was told to cover the fire, or at least snuff it out. And everybody was told to go into the armored van. As they would hear this. "So, I'm guessing this is the cargo, right?" As one of them would say this, "Yeah, those bastards who dared defeat us." As one of them would say this, "So, these are the reincarnated. Eh, this will be easy to kill them." As they hear the sounds of stomping, like metal crashing into, well, the ground. As they feel like something is carrying the truck. As everybody realizes that they're being captured. As Izuku would say this, "Maybe there might be the villager cult." As they would say this, "Maybe, but we're unsure." As some of them would just wield up their weapons. Wait for a second. Some of them would wield up their weapons. As for Kirishima, he starts using, well, Red Riot Unbreakable. As when they were put down, they started coming out of there. As they see, well, the pillager cult. As the pillager cult was basically unprepared because they did that they were, prepared for this. As one of them would wield up his halberd and the other wielding up, well, some crossbows. As they realized that there is a redstone golem. As Izuku would tell them that the redstone golem can regenerate, and told them to hit the core in its, well, chest. As one of them being, well, Mina would say this, "Thanks," as she would start throwing, well, globs of, well, acid at the, that thing, aka the red golem. As for Uraraka, she starts, well, floating some rocks and throwing at some of the pillagers. The pillagers were pretty much few. There's maybe 10, I think. Yeah, probably 10. Probably 10. As they would instantly be defeated thanks to the help of Izuku and his team. Wise just shooting them down with special poison tipped arrows. As for Tigra, she would start slashing at him. As one of the class 1A would say this, "Are we sure that we're the most powerful person? One of the most powerful people here?" As, well, wait for a second. As Monomo would say this, "Yeah, I just realized that." As they hear that there is a horn. They hear the sound of a horn being blown. As they see several soldiers appear out of nowhere. And these soldiers are from the pillager cult as well. As they see this, "Capture the materials! And then capture these stupid reincarnators. We can certainly get some information from them. Now, capture them! I don't even care if you rip them apart. Just capture them!" As they started, well, charging towards, well, the reincarnators, aka Zuku, and the rest of, naughty Zuku. So, they wheeled up their weapons as they started attacking again. Well, for Izuku, he starts using his magic, or at least the stolen magic that he gotten from, well, the pillagers. So, he started conjuring up these, well, whatever the frick they're called. I don't really, know what they're called. I'll just call them, Venus flytraps or something. After putting them up, they started chomping on all of the pillagers. As for the Vexes, they started ripping off their throats and literally just slitting them. As for the rest of for the rest of not Izuku, they're basically defeating the rest of the pillagers. As for one of the iron, not iron, I meant the redstone golem getting ready to crush wait for a second, getting ready to crush twice. Well, Lady Gaunt would just wield up her rifle, or at least her rifle arm, and basically shoot it right in the chest, where its core should be, and basically causing it to explode. Yeah, let's just say the pillager cult was well, instantly shitting their pants when they realized that they're going to be beaten to the ground. So, after getting defeated, one of them escaped, as well that pillager escaped into the forest, as they didn't realize that, and so they started leaving the area. As for everybody that's not like Izuku started leaving with Izuku as well, and also with his little group, aka Wise, Tigra, um Olga, Luna, and also Rose. God damn it, there's so many girls right now. I keep forgetting their names sometimes. Anyway, so after that, they started leaving. So they see as the snow fall in the biome. As when they realized it, they're right next to, or at least nearing to a nearby village. But they realized that the village seemed deserted, like something happened. As they get out of their armored vehicle, as they see and look around the entire village. The village was empty, like there was a famine. As they see a book in the community house, or should I say the mayor's office. As they read it, apparently the villagers were being attacked by the pillager cult, as they were slaughtered, but the only one that's left was the actual mayor, as he died slowly and painfully alone, being the only survivor. But he doesn't want to, leave his home, and so decided to die here. Apparently, this place was turned into a ghost town by the pillager cult. As one of them would say this, being Todoroki, "That's horrible. Those pillagers should pay for their lives." As one of them would say this, being, Momo, "But are you sure? I mean, they're really powerful, and besides, if we try to fight them, we're basically just asking for a death wish." As Izuku would say this, "I mean, yeah, so it's better for everybody to start waiting." As one of them would say, "Wait," one of them would say this, "Wait, what do you mean by wait?" As they would say this, being Izuku, "Well, maybe when we get to the most powerful village here, being that village that's being run by this, wait for a second, Cassandra person." As they would agree. And so after leaving the village, they started leaving. And so they left that deserted village. So, after trekking through some ice into an ice spike biome, they realized that the area is pretty, cold. Not really, I mean, they already did go to, a snow biome, but this is starting to get even more colder. But Todoroki just ignored the, cold. After all, the cold never bothered him anyway. Uh, God damn it. Anyway, so as they made it to an ice spike biome, they decided to leave their car, as Ezekiel decided to just put it in the in the bag of holding. And yes, that's he can literally stretch out the bag that large to cover the entire truck. And yeah, everybody was like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" So, anyway, so after they started trekking through the ice spike biome, they hear a sound. This sound was Well, it sounded like growling, like something is watching them. Some of them would start wielding up their weapons, getting ready to fight, including Izuku, Weiss, Tigra, Rose, Luna, and Olga would start getting ready to fight. As they see something in the distance, blue eyes, piercing with anger. As they get closer, as it turns out to be another abnormal, but this time, this abnormal was a polar bear, as she seems to be holding a few kids. In this case, two baby abnormals, as they started, well, going to them, being Kirishima and, well, Monoma. Kirishima and Monoma would start carrying these, well, abnormals as they were brought to the truck where they can rest. As this abnormal polar bear would say this, thank you. Me and my children, we were attacked. As one of them would say this, attacked? By who? Says Uraraka. As she would say this, by the pillager cult. They told us that I was just a monster, and if we don't submit to their rule, they would kill our clan. Wait for a second, something happened. Um, they would kill our clan. As one of them, being Lady Nagant, would say this. Ugh, those bastards. As one of them being, well, wait for it. Kenda would say this. But why did they do it in the first place? I mean, why? As she would say this. They were cruel. They killed my entire family, including my mother. I had to bring my sisters here. My little sisters. As they would see two of these, well, not pandas, I meant polar bears, god damn it. These, polar bear children. As one of them being, well, Toga would say this. I'll try and, well, take care of them. As one of them being, well, wait for a second. As Dobby would say this. Sorry, but I won't let you touch these children. I mean, you literally have a blood quirk, and you literally are a psychopath. As she would say this. Oh, come on, at least I don't have it anymore. And besides, you can obviously trust me. As everybody would just, like, everybody, like, except for Izuku and his team, everybody would just say this. No. As she would say this. I feel insulted. Anyway, wait for a second. Sorry about that. And so, she would say this. So, I need a home to stay in for now. So, can you let us stay? As one of them, being Izuku, just says this. Sure, we could just let you stay here with your sisters. As she would say this. Thank you. As she would put her sisters down. As for her, she decides to get some sleep. As everybody, sorry about that. Wait for a. As everybody realizes that they need to get some sleep very soon, and so they start setting up their beds as everybody started going to sleep. As for Izuku, well, he started sleeping with his harem of girls as every single boy in the room just say this. Please don't frick, please don't frick, please don't frick. As for the girls would say, please don't frick, please don't frick, please don't frick. They're just like thinking their minds because they don't want to hear like moaning when they wake up because, you know, Izuku literally has an entire harem. And you know what is gonna happen. Like they start saying to themselves, please don't frick, please don't frick, please don't frick. Because they don't want to hear like freaking moaning when they wake up because it would be annoying to hear just like the sounds of like I'm not gonna make those like noises. I swear to God, if you're going to say please make these noises, I'm not gonna be making those noises. So anyway, so they basically fall to so I hope you like the video, comment, and subscribe, and also want all of you to um you know like the video so you can support my channel and make the algorithm um show all of my what ifs, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.